Welcome back to Ark Survival Evolved. I survived on the island for 209 days before this. In that time, I managed to defeat all of the bosses on the island, including the Gamma Overseer. Granted, that did take me a couple tries to accomplish.
Oh my god!
This time, I will be surviving 100 days on the second Ark, Scorched Earth. If you don't already know, my rules for dying during this challenge is I cannot gather my stuff back ever, although there is an exception for cryopods and skins. Everything else I must leave to despawn. Without further ado, let's begin this 100 days challenge. After running around a bit, I found my way into the main river area. My main goal was to find a decent place to live right away, and of course I was going to be picky and refused any areas that were close by. Eventually, I came to the spot I was mainly trying to find for my first base spot. There I spent time gathering resources and looking for something to tame. I did bola a raptor, but decided I didn't like the level, and a nearby Packy agreed with my assessment and chased it off for me. That's fun. My first weather event in Scorched Earth was a thunderstorm, which I spent messing with a capro that would have been a crap level anyway. I did get an HLNA note, which was fun, until I was rudely interrupted by another capro. It almost killed me, and I needed to restart the note, which I couldn't even hear because of the freaking storm. At the end of the day, though, I had all of 3 foundations placed down and 1 jerboa to keep me company. Once day 2 arrived, I really needed to go off in search of decent mounts. The first thing I came across that day was a saber, which was low level, so I murdered it in cold blood. There was a couple raptors which also died to my bow and arrows. A blue drop gave me a water well, which I conveniently placed in my pocket. The next thing was a high-level capra who, again, this thing almost killed me and also knocked me out. Okay, correction, I knocked myself out, but hey, at least I'm still alive. Finally though, I ran into a decent para, which I knocked out and tamed. Not only that, but I tamed the next para over too, and I named her Sandy. Because, well, it's Scorched Earth and there's a lot of sand, whatever. I also tamed a cool-looking Lystro with a blue streak down his back. I named him Blueberry, of course. All was well beside this peaceful desert lake. With the extra levels I earned from the Overseer victory, I was able to make a tent for myself because nothing else was helping the heat stroke. There I hid from the blistering sun until I could see normally again. And, well, because Ark is Ark, the peacefulness did not last. That's a Rex. Oh my god. Why is it here, man? I suppose that's what I get for building a base right next to practically the only T-Rex spawn in the entire map. I would get my revenge on that Rex later though. But now I was out on my own with only a parasaur and a jerboa on my shoulder to guide me. Oh no, it's a phoenix. Oh, no, no! No, you're not. You're definitely not. I thought you were phoenix ashes. That's so annoying. What the? Oh, okay, okay. It's just an ant. Oh, fuck. Oh, it's gonna kill me, man. You. Oh, what the?
I'm high as a kite, I just might stop to check when I'm walking, I stop and I'm so strung out. I'm high as a kite, I just might stop to check you out. Body and beats,
On day 4, everything was going at a snail's pace. In fact, every day was going at a snail's pace because the days on Scorched Earth are long. I kept attempting to tame things, but a lot of the time I was severely underprepared. I did get 2 direwolves though. One even decided to run straight into my camp. He knocked out in the water, but apparently that didn't matter at all. And the one time I decided to go off and get cactus sap without a mount ended exactly how you would expect. There was no death though, except for the hyenodons, of course. Okay, never mind. Day 4 was productive because I tamed a terror bird who would become my next favorite mount during the beginning days of this challenge. I named her Zeta. Day 5, I went out to get metal on my para. Along the way, I made a new Jerboa friend and a Lystro buddy as well. Then I finally decided to start building some adobe stuff. I picked a different spot for my new base, just across the pond in the shadow of a large arching mountain formation. After that, I had gotten bored of sticking to my base spot for so long, and I took out my direwolves for a spin. This lasted the rest of the day and through the night. The heck is that? A Sorko saddle? I mean, I'll keep it for my island creatures, but what the heck? After the rough start at the beginning of this challenge, it seemed I was getting a hang of living in this desert landscape. Taming was going well, and I even got a 112 direwolf. Not that I really needed direwolves or anything. A Dodic showed up next to my base, but when I tried knocking it out, the ungrateful twad started attacking my foundations. Oh, asshole. Finally, I decided I would move my creatures over to the new base spot since it was looking like it was getting along quite well. At the end of the day, I named my Sabertooth and Styracosaurus, their names being Ash and Bronze. The new direwolf I named Nate, and he was now the new alpha of my 3-dog pack. The next day, I did lots of exploring with my thorny dragon. I'm not totally sure what I was doing, but I was probably looking for more tames. Which I did find a good leveled Morellatops just above the canyon. I hoped to the Ark Gods that he wouldn't fall in the canyon, but of course he did. I tamed him pretty easily, same with the very bright colored Anki just across the way. Once he was tamed, I named him Epilepsy because, well, I shouldn't have to explain, he's horrible to look at. Then, to add on to my taming spree, I got another weird colored animal, this time a very blue Dodic. I spent the majority of day 9 collecting much needed resources with my new Dodic. That way, maybe I could end up with a house with a roof over my head during this challenge. And lo and behold, I got distracted by a high-level Daedon and made a weirdly elaborate trap for it. This I lured with my babe, Zeta, as well as the aid of a bear trap. I named him Jack, but realized I had already named one of my tames Jack, so eventually it changed to Peanut Butter. That evening, I was once again bored of being at base all day, so out I went once again on a trip with my direwolves out into the desert. All three of them are doing it. Oh my god! It's not still following me, is it? It can't be. Oh god! Oh my god! That's what I was trying to avoid.
Sell your belongings, all your clever drawings, yeah, try to make a dollar from the grave. Sell your belongings, all your clever drawings, try to make a dollar from the grave. Oh, but who's to
I really don't seem to have much luck with horses of any kind. Here I decided to kidnap one and tame it inside of the canyon, where I collected majo berries for like 20 minutes trying to get enough to tame it. The canyon was a good idea, but would have actually worked if I had just owned a handful of rock carrots. Yeah, I kinda rage quit that situation. Also, remember when I said I would get revenge on that one Rex that killed my Para and Lystro? Yeah, that Rex had despawned by now, and I was salty about it. In fact, I'm still salty about it. I suppose the day wasn't completely a bust though, since I found a level 76 Rex running around. It wasn't my favorite level, but it worked for now. I once again built the smartest trap in the world, and I took the Rex down with only my primitive trank arrows to do it with. Once she was tamed, I was ecstatic to bring her back to base and say that that was the earliest I had ever tamed a Rex in this game. In the night, I made something called an upgrade station. Now, I need to tell you about this new mod I installed. And no, I did not install it randomly, I actually put it in before I started the gameplay this time. Progress, am I right? This will allow me to upgrade any weapon or saddle all the way up to Ascendant grade. It'll still require me the same amount of resources to do that, of course. I just don't need to go out and find a blueprint in order to do that anymore.
1 week later. 10 years later.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, do not engage. Oh, we're good now.
Well, I'm a crawling king snake, crawl up on your door, crawl up to your window, crawl up on your door. I do anything I want.
Oh god. That's yeah, that's interesting. Definitely.
And I'm gone. Yeah, I'ma crawl up to your window, crawl up to your door, see anything I want, then crawl up on your door, see me coming, crawl up on your door, calling kissing.
Oh, hey! You fucking asshole! What a wank, man! Day 16 was a very lucky day for Rexes. I not only got a 104 Rex, but also a 108 that was the opposite gender as well. Unluckily, they were both pretty much the same color pattern, but you can't be too picky on Scorched Earth. After bringing all of these Rexes back to base, I made sure to finish the second level inside my house, and doing that, my house for Scorched Earth was done. No more getting rained on for me, and in this case, getting blown away by sandstorms. Boredom set in pretty quickly as I was doing things around base, so I went out on a fly with my Argy. I found a level 100 Equus while I was out, so of course I learned nothing from last time and I kidnapped it. Okay, maybe I did learn a little something because instead of bringing it all the way to the canyon, I brought it to my house. Now, I had a plan for this, don't worry. I made a hole in the roof of my house, yes, the one I spent so long building, and proceeded to try and drop it into the second level.
You'll never take me alive!
I had to mess with the size of the hole a few times, but the Equus eventually went in. This was perfect because now I could waste a whole hour trying to tame a high-level Equus with only Major Berries. I mean, it did work eventually, it only took the entire day. The next morning, I thought it was due time to check out the Wyvern trench. I thought I would scope it out, and if I was lucky, steal an egg or two. I ended up spawning not one, but 2 poison wyvern eggs first. At this point, my damage settings were pretty OP still, so there really wasn't too much for me to worry about when I grabbed the egg.
Hello, motherfucker.
Oh, don't do that to me! I felt confident enough to keep going through the trench, and holy heck, I am glad I did because the next egg I found was level 124, Fire Wyvern. Let's fucking go! I ended the trip after that and stalked a phoenix when a heatwave started, and then placed those eggs away to preserve. Oh my god, get him, Willie! Get him, Willie! Oh my god! Willie, you're crazy!
There is no light, there is no charm. All my belongings are hold with one arm. Under the bridge, sleep in the shade.
I now was raising one of the biggest apex predators on the Ark, and holy moly are they growing quickly. I luckily had enough wyvern milk to keep them going, and I was looking forward to not having to catch a female wyvern every time I wanted to hatch wyvernlings. Why, may you ask? Because female tamed wyverns produce milk is why. This is because of the Better Dinos mod, I believe. Once these fine specimens were adults, I of course took the first one that matured on a test run. I mean, there's nothing better to do once you get yourself a giant flying lizard. That and miss your target a million times because the aiming on poison wyverns confuses me. Then, while I dinked around on my wyverns, I also tamed a few raptors. Because I clearly didn't have enough medium-sized carnivores yet. Along with that, I found a decent leveled Thylacoleo, which forever proved to be a challenge to find a level over 100 in the future. I failed once again several times to get the Thyla into a pre-made trap, but once I did, I shot her in the face until she passed out. Wow, I made that sound a lot more aggressive than I needed it to be. Anyway, she tamed and I named her Alpine, because I already missed cool forest biomes. After I had my fill of wyverns for the moment, I started breeding my high-level Rexes. That I was going to have to be patient with, and I didn't feel like hatching anything yet, so I went off with Alpine into the wilderness. We probably got like 30 meters away before I decided to tame a Lymantria, mainly because I heard they were useful for crops. You'll be surprised how long Lymantria take to tame, even with vegetables, which I of course did not have yet, but the whole time I was struggling not to be bored, considering multiple times to leave and just let it get eaten by something. This feeling becomes a trend throughout the entire playthrough, to be honest. Anyway, the Lymantria conveniently tamed right in the middle of a sandstorm, and I spent the rest of the day getting my raptors levels and impulse taming some random hyenodon I ran into. Oh! If I had gotten off my wyvern for like 2 more seconds, I would have been absolutely murdered. Nope, flying away, holy shit. Ah, we're dying. Goodbye. Oh my god. Please go out of render distance fast. Yeah, so after I had spent a whole day cycle building a greenhouse, I was happy to get out and do something else. Thankfully, a heatwave was the perfect opportunity, although when I took my fire wyvern Zatool out to look for that phoenix, Well, it seemed to have despawned, and that wasn't a big deal at the time because even while having plenty of heat waves later on, I never saw a phoenix since. It's kind of sad, really. I looked for some wyvern eggs instead, which only brought me even more disappointment when I didn't find any eggs over level 30 in those nests. I suppose I did kill an alpha wyvern even though the milk it gave me was completely useless. I waited a bit more, and when I got back in, I got a level 76 poison and a level 80 lightning. Still not my favorite levels, but they were better than the level 20s and 24s I was getting before. Luck was still on my side though, and it wasn't long until I got a level 108 lightning. Ah! Now, these were wyverns I would raise, and I did. Almost immediately after I landed back at base, I hatched the level 80 first, gave her some milk, named her Spark, and hatched the 108 the next day. I named him Titanium after my first lightning wyvern when I played Scorched Earth for the first time. I also decided to mount the alpha wyvern head I got on the wall. Take that, you big ugly lizard. Amazing. Oh. And finally, the poison wyvern hatched, and I named her Chloe. The rest of the next day, I spent raising my wyverns and gathering metal for a certain thing I wanted to do later on. And for that, I was going to need a lot of traps. Heavy duty ones too. The 3 wyverns grew up quickly. Titanium was already my favorite since he was the highest level lightning wyvern I had. Apparently that wasn't all, because as the sun was going down, I went for my first artifact. This being in the hardest cave on the map because I wanted to get it over with. Weirdly enough, the cave was pretty much completely empty of enemies until I came across the entrance into the cavern. There, Alpine and I ate through every rubble golem we came across and very carefully jumped over certain death to the other side. The artifact was there, thank the Ark gods, and on the way out, I got distracted by a megalania. Now, this was something I wasn't able to tame on the island, since it was more economical for me to kill them at the time, but here I didn't need their toxin, so I impulsively knocked it out and realized I had neither narcotics or prime meat to tame it easily. Yeah, so when I went to get prime meat, it had despawned when we got back. Look, I haven't taken an IQ test yet, and I'm afraid to at this point. Day 26, I was gathering narcoberries for narcotics since I wasn't going to be caught slacking next time I ran into a good leveled megalania. One of my scorpions got stuck in the greenhouse floor. I wasn't willing to save him at the expense of the greenhouse, so I left him there until it eventually sorted itself out. Which it did, but only for Sting to end up wandering the countryside because he moves faster than structures can load in.
I really shouldn't have to explain this again. I'm fast. I'm so fast.
Oh, but hi.
Hey, fuck you, bitch. You are dead meat. I want to apologize.
Oh my god. Does it even say where I died? Okay, poison wyvern level 147. Why'd you kill me? Bye. This is walking away from me. That's fine. Go get eaten by a death worm, I don't care. Okay, he's like, no, 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 that's not what I want. Oh my god. Let's go, penis worm. Day 29, I didn't do anything interesting. At least not until the end of the day when I decided to kidnap yet another horse. I tamed him fairly easily now that I had some good old rock carrots. Then, as I continued exploring the map, I stumbled upon a level 112 Rex over by the blue obelisk. I couldn't pass up this glorious opportunity, and I waited until daylight to trap him. And let me give you some advice. Wyverns are not good for leading things into traps, especially in a tight area. Just save yourself the trouble and get a bird to do that stuff. Anyways, I tranked him and named him Galleon once he was tamed. I wasn't quite done though, since there was an okay Yudi that I had my eye on as well. I thought since she was in a trench, I could trank her without a trap, and for this I'll just show every time I missed just to give you more anxiety. Aw yee, I got a Yudi now. On the way back, I gathered some silica pearls, and I promptly made saddles as soon as I could for the new arrivals. It wasn't long until I went back into the trench, and you might be thinking, why? You already have plenty of wyverns. Now, that's where you're wrong. The taste of wyvern egg is quite addicting, you know, and I wanted to keep adding on to my army. I still had yet to hatch a female lightning wyvern that I was willing to breed, and I wanted to fight the manticore with wyverns at least at gamma level. Honestly, even if my wyverns could take going up against beta or alpha, it would be impossible to kill them before they knocked out all of my wyverns. I found nothing in the trenches though, and I spent the night killing deathworms for their horns and black pearls. I took the time to tame yet another dung beetle, even though I now have 3. I just like how round their butts are.
That's a thick-ass boy! Damn!
I continued for a while longer, coming across an alpha deathworm at one point. Like, damn, this thing is freaking huge. Not to mention the booty they've got once you kill them. The deathworm trophy I mounted over my smithy, and man do I like how it looks. On the morning of day 32, I started off with a wild goose chase looking for a phoenix during a heat wave. It's actually a bit disappointing how much time I put into this search just to never find one again. Nevertheless, now that I had my level 112 male Rex, I had a better breeding pair for my army. I started that up, contemplating whether or not I should get rid of the earlier eggs. I didn't, since I actually had no clue what the first Rex pair's stats were. In fact, I decided to hatch those earlier eggs right away, just to make sure. Once they were hatched, I couldn't compare them quite yet, so I would be waiting a bit until I felt like hatching the next bunch later. I got bored of this pretty quick and went back to my new routine, which was raiding the wyvern trenches and stealing their unborn children. I didn't find anything good, except for a zombie wyvern costume, which is loot you can get from the alpha wyverns, thanks to the Better Dinos mod. As per usual, there was yet another instance of Sting running around outside of the place he was supposed to be. Anyway, the rest of the day was really boring, and the Rexes were grown up by the dawn of the next day.
There is a house in New Orleans they call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin
Let's go! No way I just did that. Look at you. You're a beauty. Oh my god, look! Look at your giant cousin. What should I name you? Dr. Worm. There he is. Take this. And you can wear hats. Oh my god. It's beautiful. Oh my god, he's so fast. This is amazing.
No.
What? Excuse me? What the hell just happened? So, yeah, that was sudden. At first, I didn't understand what in the world had killed me, and I thought it was some sort of glitch when the deathworm attacked. But then I remembered that the No Untamables mod makes it so deathworms can grab players like one of those freaky ambush beetles in real life.
The antlion, the spawn of the netherworld.
At this point, I had lost 2 really good long-neck rifles and a ton of tranq darts, so I was determined to never die again. Anyway, life continues onwards, and I started cooking up yet another lightning wyvern egg. I was really hoping this one would be female, as I was sick of raiding the wyvern trench so often. While that happened, I went out into the dunes to kill a few more deathworms while I waited. And then I saw something that I could not resist. A high-level mantis. So I trapped this dude and tamed him. Then got another female mantis, which vanished out of sight. Just disappeared straight through the ground. But not to worry, because I found another one and tamed her instead. Whilst I was leading the aspiring couple back to base, I remembered that I was incubating a wyvern. I rushed back and he was thankfully still alive and able to be imprinted. Once I did, I still had no female that was above base level 90. There was some good news though. I had a start on my mantis army, which I had impulsively decided to make because I impulsively wanted to go after the beta overseer on the island. Originally, I wanted to do this as a mock Scorched Earth Ascension, thinking it would be a cool idea to challenge myself and only use my Scorched Earth creatures to defeat the beta. Of course, this was before the Scorched Earth Ascension was announced, but even after that, I still wanted to do it. Mostly because I had already started on breeding my mantises, and it would be a waste not to use them like I intended, but also mostly because I just wanted to.
Well, I'm tired of losing. I used to win every night of the week. Yeah, back when sex and amphetamines were the staples of our childhood physique. You used to tell me we'd turn into something. Oh, you said life was much better than this. Yeah, but the closest I come to perfection is when you turn around to steal a kiss. But you never trusted tomorrow. Yeah, baby, is that any way to live your life? Well, you love this heart and this six-string girl, oh, but they've been out of tune. Yeah, for some time. Well, you say, oh, I love so many women, only so many women love and driving me wild. Yeah, they say, oh, you get
Now, before we move on with the video, I'll have to mention a setting change that I implemented at this very moment in the challenge. I decided that I would turn down how much damage my tames were doing because, well, it was a little ridiculous and it was making the game a little too easy. I turned the damage output to about half as much as before, and I ended up tinkering with the exact amount a few times during the span of this challenge. Anyway, back to the video. I was sitting pretty on 2 out of the 3 artifacts collected from this map. 3 of each for every difficulty of the manticore. Along with that, I also had 2 lizard boys hanging from my ceiling, so life was good. I started grinding for a tech replicator, not that I was going to be able to use it yet, I just wanted it handy for whenever the gamma manticore fell. And it was going to fall. Mark my words, my wyverns are going to kill it, with or without ground support. All the while, I still somehow had hope that I was eventually going to get a high-level lightning wyvern egg that was going to get me a female. I used the dino wipe command a couple times, but all it resulted in doing was giving me extra capros spawning at my base. Day 45, I made a cannon. I placed this thick-ass boomstick onto my parasaur platform saddle, that way it could be mobile. This is the only reason I tamed you. While I was flying over to gather some metal, I spotted a decent leveled thylacoleo. I wasn't about to pass this up, so I dropped epilepsy on a rock and went to pick up this new angry friend of mine. This friend was actually very strong. Her bleed effect almost killed my bird, which I didn't want to happen, so I switched to a big scaly boy instead. That way I was able to knock her out and tame her. Now she was officially my friend, and I named her Maple. Please don't try to kill my bird again. Near the end of the day, I went off in search of another deathworm to tame, like one wasn't enough or anything. Here, I'll give you guys a quick mini lesson on taming deathworms in the No Untamable mod. I know on 1x rates a level 12 needs 2 traps and a level 92 needs 4. So you can probably base how many traps and food you need around that information I found there. I'll have an educated guess that a level 150 is probably going to require at least 5 or 7 traps. But since I have much higher taming rates, my deathworms usually took 2 traps and they were around level 80 to 120. These traps also take a load of resources to make, and to make sure you don't make a mistake and run out, bring at least 3 extra just in case. The trickiest thing with this situation is timing. You have to lead the deathworm into the trap after it's opened up, of course. The deathworm won't trigger the trap until it breaks from the ground, so you'll need to hang around the edge of it to actually catch it. Once you do, it'll fall to the ground, and you can feed it deathworm horns. Every feeding takes 3 deathworm horns, and you need to feed it before the deathworm gets free. Now, here's the hard part. You'll have to wait between feedings for the deathworm to get hungry again. I've clocked the average time to be about 13 to 15 minutes between feedings, so you'll be waiting for a little bit before you can actually trap it again. Don't trap it too early or else you'll waste a trap. Another good way to gauge when to feed a deathworm is to look at its hunger stat, now that you can see it after the first feeding. You'll have to get close, but using a wyvern to tank its hits is a good way to take a quick look. Typically, if the hunger stat is about 1/3 of the way down, that's a good time to try and feed it. Even if you get the timing wrong, that shouldn't be a problem if you brought extra traps. Do not wait too long though, otherwise the taming progress will disappear and you'll have to start over. Okay, that really wasn't a quick lesson, but now you know if anyone wants to download the No Untamables mod.
Ready or not. Here comes
him! We're gonna get a rock golem! Hell yeah! Do we need you? No. But we're gonna tame you.
Make it two. My God, ready or not. Here comes the wedding. You with the white. I say we're not. I'm so excited. You're always forgetting to tell yourself you'll be alright. Let's hope that it's true.
I had a bunch of new tames by now. The Deathworm and Capro I just wanted to add so my other tames had a friend. I also didn't want to continue scouring the Wyvern Trench for lightning wyvern eggs, so I gave in to my impatience and bred my 108 male and my level 80 female. I got one egg and just moved on to something else. I don't know why. Apparently I just decide on things without putting any thought into it. So I went off in search of the last artifact cave. Inside, the enemies were very easy to kill, and the artifact was actually there. Like, for the love of God, these artifacts don't like to spawn on my map. I don't know why. In the night, I spotted a high-level jug bug, which you can tame with the No Untamables mod. I heard they would explode if you hit them in a certain way, so I made sure I was at a distance when I shot it. There was no explosions though, and now I had a bug in my house. I guess it does passively make oil, so there's that. I used my Megalania to gather the last artifact, although this wouldn't be the last time I was going to be collecting these artifacts. Wink wink, nudge nudge. So we can beat up rubble golems. Oh, and I tamed another Megalania, because it was a male and I like lizard things. I just think they're neat. And finally, I started on something actually useful, which was hatching some wyvern eggs. They were both terrible levels, so I killed them. The next batch I killed 2 until eventually I got a level 103. That was probably the highest level I was going to get, so I imprinted it. Since I was already working on hatching, I got some more mantises running, most of them being a level I was willing to raise. Mantises are a bit of a weird tame. They have crap health and crap melee for bosses, but if you give them ascendant saddles and good swords, they can deal with most regular bosses with enough numbers and points into health and melee. At this point, I was so incredibly bored. Scorched Earth is a cool map at first, but after a while, you get bored of just seeing orange rock all the time. The environment just repeats across all the map, and there's basically the same creatures that spawn at every point except for the Wyvern Trench. Like, I'm already halfway through the challenge, and I've already done everything I wanted to do on the map. The only things I had left were the bosses and preparing my armies until they were ready. I just don't know how to make some of these bits entertaining for the rest of the video. I guess I could occasionally jump scare you with a meme every once in a while. That'll keep you awake. And you know what? Until we're ready for the boss fights, which there will be many during the second half of this challenge, why can't we just chill during the intervals? You know, lounge in the sun, pat the local Lystosaurus, tame whatever we come across. Let's do this Animal Crossing style, except with a little bit more blood and gore.
Like smoke's arising and it surely is a train. Surely is a train, boys, surely is a train. Like smoke's arising and it $2 bill, boys, $2 bill. Lost all my money, but a $2 bill. I'm on my long journey home.
Well, that's not that useful. So I was thinking at the time of this recording that I would be aiming for the Gamma Manticore on day 60. I had the manpower, or the Wyvern power in this case, to fight it whenever I wanted, but I didn't want to leave my newly hatched lightning wyverns out, and who knew, the Manticore could easily just knock out all of my wyverns, so waiting until my new wyverns were ready was a good idea. That meant I would be waiting until my wyverns were leveled and healed up. Yes, I know, I could be using my 2 Daedons I had, but I needed an excuse to waste time, okay? I spent a lot of time making cementing paste for my tech replicator, and anyone who's made one of these things can understand how much freaking polymer it takes to meet the requirements. One very weird thing that happened on day 56, where one of my deathworms glitched and it was underground right on top of the greenhouse, but mysteriously had its sand mound several meters up in the air. It was on neutral, so probably it got there while attacking something, but what in the world is going on? I couldn't whistle it, and I couldn't reach its inventory from anywhere. Not even cryopods fixed it. I got a genius idea though, and brought over a saber, so when it noticed I was being attacked... Dude, help me. Damn it. Anyway, when it noticed we were being attacked, it finally moved. Apparently, deathworms trying to tunnel over structures is too much of an oxymoron for the universe to handle. Be careful with your tamed deathworms, everyone. They might just create a rip in the space-time continuum and be stuck there forever. Continuing on, I randomly encountered some super cyan vultures that killed a pack of mantises. The weirdness does keep going as well, because while I was off killing deathworms for black pearls, I came across a lystropile. For those of you who don't know, the lystropile is an extremely rare genetic mutation that, curiously, only affects Lystrosaurus. Typically, the condition is fatal as there are multiple different lystro brains fused into one body. They can never agree with each other, so they usually just sit there arguing with each other until something comes along and eats them. It's quite a sad event, really, but such is the harsh reality of nature. Anyway, I still needed to grind for some cementing paste, and a lot of my time was spent at base, checking for levels on my mantises, picking fruits and vegetables from my garden, and making sure all of the troughs were full of food. It wasn't long until I did find another high-level deathworm as well. I'm so bored. I'm so bored. I'm on day 58 and I'm already counting the minutes until I can fight the alpha manticore. I know taming a third deathworm is unnecessary. Having 2 deathworms is already unnecessary. I just want something to do, man. I named it Gust. Awesome. I can make one. I just turned off music, that was it. Oh shit. Are they in? Oh shit, I don't think they're all in. What happens if I just stay out here? Will they all be transported? Oh god. I'm gonna save. Oh, I almost ruined that. Gamma. Okay, we're going in now. Gamma, we're doing this. Are they all in? I can't tell. I really, really hope so. Oh boy. Hello! How are you? Go get 'em, boys! Go get 'em! Yeah! Look at that damage! Let's go! Ouch! Wait, when did I get hit? What the hell? Kill him! Wait, what did I pick? It's Gamma, right? Oh yeah, it is. Okay, good. Oh, it's getting wrecked. It's getting wrecked. Look at him. Has anyone passed out yet? I have no idea. Oh, I just ran into the wall. What the hell? We're doing like... Ooh, we're doing well. We're doing really good. Look at him. He's dying. Oh, hell yeah. Manticore defeated. Let's go. Oh, look at that. Looks like we have one out. And then, is that Olerin? Of course it is. Well, we can probably do that again, actually. And then we'll have plenty of element or something. For like a thingamabobber. Okay. I forgot what it's called. Oh yeah, tech replicator. And there you have it, folks. The Gamma Manticore is no more. However, after the battle, I found that the resolution I recorded it in was not what I wanted, so I would be going after the Gamma Manticore again later on. Since it was still pretty early in the day, I set out on Maple to gather an artifact again. I had wasted 3 of them that first attempt, so I needed more. That was the only artifact I got though, and I spent the rest of the day working at base. One thing I did find conveniently right after my first boss fight was a high-level Yudi. Yes, I already had a Yudi, but she wasn't level 104. I gave myself a heart attack before I knocked it out with a couple panic shots. Once he was tamed, I named him Spam. Don't ask because I don't know. You can't tell me it doesn't fit him though, because it does. I did end up raiding the Wyvern Trench again, but this time not specifically for eggs, although I did find a juicy level 144 Fire Wyvern. I needed toughened hide for Valerian?
The word you see sounds like Valerian.
Valerian. Okay. That's pretty easy, never mind. If you don't know, these are costumes you can put on your flyers to make them faster and more resilient to damage. I did go after another artifact again, this time the fun way, which was with a Megalania. Inside, there was a level 120 female Megalania, and you know this was a tame I could not resist. Although I did not act yet because I didn't have the requirements to tame it. I ran around the map on my horse. I guess I was just looking for excitement, which there was a little until I started checking spots I knew Ovis spawn. This I didn't find, which was disappointing because I could have used it to tame my level 120 Megalania. Which then I just said, fuck it, let's slap a rock golem to death and then tame this beautiful gal pal. I put her inside my house where she could oversee my forging efforts and give her humble reptilian opinion on my work. She usually had trash takes though, she is a lizard after all. I got the first artifact again one more time, since I would need double the artifacts if I wanted to fight all difficulties plus the Gamma once more. The last thing I did that day was gather the last artifact. Of course not. And then the last thing I did was gather the last artifact 2 more times. Holy shit, what kind of abomination.
Good morning, how are you? I'm Dr. Worm. I'm interested in things. I'm not a real doctor, but I am a real worm. I am an actual worm. I live like a worm.
I don't even know if I should show you the full Gamma Manticore battle. I once again messed up on the resolution I wanted the video in, so I was going to go after it again later. In this case, I guess you can just enjoy this meme that pretty much sums up the entire battle.
Dragons have invaded Dave & Buster's.
It did go better than last time, I guess. None of my wyverns were knocked out, although many were on the verge of that happening. I decided I would just leave all of my wyverns there and then spend day 67 gathering the artifacts. Again. It took almost the entire day, but once I was ready, I grabbed Spam and went for the Gamma Manticore one last time. Let's do this! Pretty sure. We hopefully have everyone in here. I'm not sure about Sizzle. What about everyone else? I think we're okay. I'm not gonna get on Sizzle just in case if I mess it up. We should be alright. If we lose one, that is fine. That's not a big deal. Okay. Titanium! Let's do this! Ah! Get him, boys! Is Sizzle with us? Okay, he is. Awesome. Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him! Beat him up! Where'd he go? Oh yeah, look at that damage. Awesome. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. I've not taken any torpor yet, so that's good. Okay, it's past half health now. Get him! Yes! Beautiful. Okay, I got caught there a little bit. That's fine. Get him! Yes! Beautiful. Oh, hell yeah. Get wrecked. Henna's gonna sit right in the middle of its corpse. We're looking good though. Nobody got knocked out again. That's awesome. That's sick. Yay! We got lucky. Oh, the freaking sandstone. Well, I am done playing Ark today anyways, so whatever. After the battle, I returned my wyverns to my base, where they would be spending the remainder of the challenge there. The next objective was the Beta Manticore, but before we did that, I had some things to do. I gave my latest Megalania a saddle and named him Dusty. This guy will be the last Megalania I tame, I promise. I also hatched a few poison wyvern eggs, as well as the 144 fire wyvern. These guys grew up big and strong, and let me say, I love these dudes. I can't explain it, but they're just very special to me. It's probably their high levels, but don't tell them that. On day funny number, I decided it was a good time to walk my Rexes over to the Blue Obelisk, where I would be fighting the Beta Manticore. And this went totally smoothly with no hiccups or bumps in the road at all. Run away! In addition to walking everything over to the Blue Ob, I also built a tech replicator on the same day. I didn't actually place it yet because I was too impatient to fight the boss, so here it is, exactly on day 70, I fought the Beta Manticore with only Rexes. We're almost in. I don't know how this is gonna go, but we should be okay. Into the Beta Arena! Yes! Where is he? There he is. Now, this should be generally pretty easy, right? Oh, go get him. He doesn't seem to want to land yet. Okay. This is really not going right. Okay, here we go. Oh my god, he's dying so fast. We might— oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, we have death worms incoming. We can deal with them. No, not me. What are you doing? He's like about to die, so he doesn't want to land. You asshole. This is a very anticlimactic fight. He's just being a dickhead. Get him. Wow. Fucking fantastic. Okay. Yeah. You died pretty quick. These Rexes did very well. Well, what did I get from that? Oh, a decent amount of element, actually. And some of this stuff. Sick, man. Ooh, that looks good. I like that. I thought we were gonna be fighting for just a little bit longer, but honestly, the manticore, there wasn't much we could do. That was just gonna be an easy fight either way. Well, good job, everyone. You did it.
Come close now, let me tell you a lie. Wild child, you got me running through the turnstile. Baby girl, we better make it worthwhile. You're gonna get my love today. You are a sweet dream with a tender heart.
Hey, I just met you. And this is crazy. So here's my number. We gotta kill some death worms, but they're just not showing up. Good job. There might not be anything over here at all, but we'll check. Quetzalcoatl. Oh, sure, I'll take that. Damn, where'd you get this stuff from? Oh yeah, you killed the death worm. Oh, hello, random wyvern. Hi, how are you? Okay. Neutral, please. I don't want you falling off the edge. Oh. Oh! Oh, come on, man. Is it really that hard to just go around the death worm? Come on. You literally could have just moved forwards. So that was my nostalgia montage for those of you born in the 2000s. The next day I went out to kill more death worms. I think I was looking for one to tame and at the same time trying to collect black pearls for my tech replicator. Once I did that, I managed to grab a few more eggs out of the wyvern trench, which I ended up just eating because I decided they were inferior. I wasn't quite done getting my mantises levels. Many were below a certain health standard I had for them, since they would be fighting the beta overseer eventually. Now, I should mention that this was all happening at the same time as I was first moving into my dorm for college. My room has no air conditioning and it was very hot, despite having a fan going full blast in the background. This was only a problem, of course, until late September when the weather cooled down. I was able to play for about 40 minutes before my external monitor blacked out. What are you chasing? There's nothing there! Oh, a horse that was invisible. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I tried troubleshooting it, but the poor thing was fully dead. It wasn't until a week later when I got a new monitor. Luckily, my computer was perfectly fine, but you might notice that the graphics for my game look a little bit different. This was the doing of my new monitor, and I'm not sure if this is better or worse looking. You guys will have to let me know. Personally, I like it better because it seems more detailed than before to me. Basically, all of day 74 through part of day 78 were spent getting my mantis's levels. Those days consisted of getting one mantis and explorer note, then running around and killing stuff until the XP buff was over. Then rinse and repeat until they were all at stats I was happy with. I am so tired at this point. My life has just been sand and heat and sand and more sand. I have become one with the orange rock. I feel nothing, I think nothing. My mind is but a shell of what it used to be. I look for phoenixes, but they cease to exist. I work my forges because I really want ascendant saddles for all of my mantises. It's all just the same thing over and over again. Sandstorms no longer bother me because everything is just sand. I have only 21 days left, but it seems so far away. Every day on this god-forbidden arc is about an hour and 50 minutes long. I am dead. I steal wyvern eggs because I can. I hope that during thunderstorms I get struck by lightning just so I can feel something again. Hey look, I got another hyenodon. Isn't he so cute?
Dear Florence Jean, the future is a drag. I have to get back to my planet. I hate to let you down before the sun goes out. Never think I took you for granted. Had a way to express myself. I had a way to be honest. To express myself, I had a way to be honest. Dear Florence Jean, I never had a plan. I cannot seem to get it together. Stars fell from the sky, someday so will I. Never think I took you for granted.
On day 82, I started on a project that I neglected way back in the early days of this challenge. Since all I was doing now was working on saddles and swords, I looked to other things that I could do that would use up time. This project I wanted to make into a free roam space similar to what I did on the island. Even if it was only used for the last stretch of the 100 days, I felt like it was a good addition as I was originally wanting to do this anyways. It ended up only taking about 2 days to accomplish, which was annoying, but whatever. Now my generally unused tames had a place to retire to. At this point, my plan was to wait until all of my Rexes were at full health and all of my Mantises were in possession of decent swords and ascended saddles. Then the Beta Overseer would be our next target. Oh, and guess what I tamed next? A 4th Death Worm! You know, I was just collecting these at this point. The Death Worms have absolutely no use in single player, they can't be used in arenas, and they can't fit into most caves. The best they'll be able to do is defend your base and help with meat runs. That's it, though. Hey, look! Another high-level horse! How many of those do I have now? Like 6 or something? Whatever, just add it to the pile. Also, it seems Death Worms completely ignore rock golem damage resistance. Like, goddamn, look at that shit. Anyway, time moves forward and life at base is pretty mellow. Almost all of my mantises had ascended saddles and I was working on something else for a change. Well, it really wasn't much of a change. I was making cannonballs so I could tame another rock golem, cause well, why not? There's nothing better to do. When you think about it, this time the challenge isn't really to beat the final boss in a certain time, the challenge is to keep myself from leaping into the Wyvern trench ass first out of boredom. Eureka! At last I've found this explorer note. There it is. That's what I wanted.
Going down south, I'm going down south. Going down south, I'm going down I'm going with you, babe. Going with you, babe. Going with you, babe. Going with you,
There we go, finally something for me to do. I got a very lucky 144 Fire Wyvern as well as a level 104 Poison Wyvern egg. I also placed a manticore flag in front of my doors and up next to my wyverns, as I figured it would show off at least the defeat of the Gamma and the Beta boss. The rest of day 89, I just kinda hung around base waiting for my newest wyverns to grow up. Once they did, they were fitted with Valyrian reins and given a place up with the adults. I was still working on my forges constantly as I still needed swords and I wanted to replenish my stock of cannonballs. You know, since the last time went so well. Speaking of rock golem taming, you may notice that I am not using an actual trap. Instead, I found a few conveniently placed boulders where if you got a rock golem stuck in between all three, it would be stuck there until the boulders were broken. Don't get me wrong, it's not foolproof. You have to get the angle exactly right or else the golem will just walk over it. It's a lot harder than it looks. That's why I was fixing the metal pole in front of it, which would hopefully help the golem stay in place. Anyway, with the next test subject I grabbed, the trap worked almost perfectly. I missed the last couple shots because it wouldn't stop swinging its arms around. I gave up after that and just tamed a level 74 Thyla the next morning. I named him Wood and continued working on getting more cannonballs again. I was determined, alright? As I was flying around trying to find a good leveled rock golem, I got a genius idea. Well, it wasn't my idea, I don't remember whose it was, but instead of building a trap, I could lure a golem into the canyon where some ruins blocked the exit and offered a pretty decent natural trap. So I grabbed my bird and off we went to lure a rock golem very slowly over to the designated knockout spot. The journey was long, but the reward was worth it. The golem got trapped and I tamed it the next day alongside a random parasaur I saw because I liked its colors. I set him up next to the greenhouse and I finally had a golem tamed around midday. All of my mantises had ascendant saddles now, and we were very, very close to being able to fight the Beta Overseer. I was half waiting around for day 95 to make a move, and half waiting for my last Rex to heal naturally. Again, I know I could just use a Daedon to heal it up, but why would I do that when I'm trying to waste time here? I decided on day 92 that I would focus on getting all of the Explorer notes on the map. I didn't have all of them, and I eventually wanted to get Mjolnir with this character, not to mention that gathering Explorer notes was a really good way to kill time.
Jokers turn kings in diamonds to dust. I tried to beat the house, but every hand was a bust. Another day ends, another begins, another night sleeping on needles
Y'all ready for this? As I am. Based on the way the last beta fight went, it's really gonna be fine. Hey! Oh shit. Okay, go get him, boys. Oh shit. He's really right there. How do you move again? There we go. Everyone just go right there, please. You asshole. Land, please. Where'd he go? Me and that one Rex is actually going for him. Over here, guys. There we go. Get him, yeah. We have two actually going for him. There we go. That's what I was saying. He's not even doing any damage. Okay, we have death worms. That's fine. Just beat him up. Hey, buddy. What you doing? You're just kind of flying around. I don't know what you're doing at all. Oh, come on. You could hit up there. Children. Time to go. Oh, there he is. I don't know. He did breathe, I guess. Die. Ooh, ooh, yes. Get wrecked. Poor buddy, didn't stand a chance. Wow. It is now day 95, so you know what that means. I was done beating up the manticore multiple times in a row, and we were heading back to the island. I gathered all the tames I deemed fit to go on this venture and marched them over to the green obelisk. For this battle, I was taking my Yudi, Spam, 1 Daedon, 5 Rexes, and 13 Mantises. Along with them, I brought Titanium to help with moving, and a Deathworm so I could test whether it can fit into the tech cave. I can't stop him either. One group after the other, I transferred them all onto the island with little problems. There was no crashing and no random tames were deleted. When we arrived at the volcano, I tested the Deathworm to see if it fit, and, well, let's just say it would benefit from eating a few less Morella tops a day. Eventually, my army was lined up in front of the doors, and when I was ready, I held my breath and opened the gate. How we doing? We have everyone? Yes, yes. We're doing good. Okay. Not anymore. We have all Rexes? Yes. But now, I'm gonna do Mantises. Okay, we have 22 tames for some reason. That's fine. This is actually perfect. So, how do I want to do this? I want to do this with Spam, right? Kabam! Oh, look how beautiful that is. Yep, we're gonna do it like this. Damn, did beauties get like extra knockback or something? What is this?
Don't sing if you want to live long. They have no use for your song.
Today's your unlucky day.
You're dead and out of this world.
Oh my god, they're okay. Be nice to me today. Honestly, if Hypa goes in the lava, I wouldn't be surprised. How did you get yourself stuck like this? Oh my god. You will be unstuck. Okay. Yeah, you're just stuck. I'm sorry, guy.
You'll never get a second chance. Plan all your moves in advance. Stay dead, stay dead, stay dead, stay dead and out of this world. Run fast, don't stand in the sun. There's too much work to be done. You're down, you're down, you're down, you're down and out of this world.
My Yudi doesn't protect me against the cold, so we're just gonna have to go as fast as we can here. Oh my god, I'm dying so fast. This is not good. Oh my god, why am I dying so fast? This is fine. This is fine. Just everyone get your ass over here now. We're gonna start the terminal immediately. Just get me out. Get me out. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting out of this without dying. So I'm gonna have to do what I don't want to do, and that is probably spawn in like some fur gear or something. Whew, okay, it worked at least. Starting to see red. Let's do this fast. I'm sorry guys, I have to turn this on for just a split second. I'm not dying now. You have to understand that I'm not dying now. Okay, got one. Okay. That's what I wanted. And then disable. See? It's fine. Everything's fine. I just almost died. Pretend this is the Manticore arena and everything is like orange and like desert-ish and stuff. All I needed was an otter that didn't exist before this. And we've already like looked at all of this fancy stuff. And if you want to check it out yourself, just check it out yourself. Get yourself some Rexes. You'll be golden, you'll be fantastic. Come on, onwards. The battle is about to begin. Okay, yeah. Look at all the mantises. They look like ants. It's beautiful. Die, please. Okay. Did they? Okay, I want you all following me. Where did he go? He's the monkey! Oh my god, get the monkey! Oh shit, okay. We're fine though. Oh, what? Oh, that was so fast, man! Okay, well, go after him again, please. Oh, this is amazing. Don't worry, guys. I'll keep these guys at bay. Where did he go? Where did he go? Oh, there he is. Okay. Come here, bitch. There we go. Get him. You need to stop. Okay. Look at him go. Oh my god. Get forked. Holy crap. Alright. We're doing well. We're doing swell. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going after him, please. Defense unit, please die. Everyone follow me. Stop fighting whatever you're fighting and just come with me. The dragon is over here and he's... Yeah. Oh god. Oh god, not me! Not me! Don't get after me! Okay, well the dragon died pretty fast anyways. Fantastic. And here these drones are hitting me. Sucks. Well, keep going, please. We're still there. Doesn't want to die. Hey, there we go. Beautiful. Beautiful indeed. Okay. I think there is an explorer note that I'm gonna get first. So So everyone just go there. Explorer note, I need you. Thank you. And I can't read you right now, sorry. I'm busy. Okay, I don't want to be out of this. Okay, is everyone here? I have no idea. Wow. We did it, boys! We got beta! It's amazing! Good job! Wow! After the Beta Overseer was defeated, I spent day 97 taking my time with everything. I did some Explorer note gathering as I was still not quite done with it. This included the HLNA notes around the map, which took the entire day actually since I decided I would do it on foot with my Thyla. Day 98, I got the last one and worked on my new project, which was taking pictures of all of my tames, like what I did the last time with my 200 days on the island. Finally, day 100 arrived, but you want to know what also arrived at this time? The Halloween event. And this was the last one ever. I had the firepower to kill the Dodo Wyvern if I wanted to. All I had to do was wait an extra 3 days. I figured this would be fine to bend the rules for. I mean, it's the Dodo Wyvern, and how often do you get to fight him? So, on the night of day 103, I did manage to find the Dodo Wyvern, but unfortunately my mic wasn't on, so you'll just have to watch the battle without commentary. The Dodo Wyvern was barely able to be killed in time, but the victory was ours. Afterwards, I brought my wyverns back to base, and I went straight to the red obelisk to wait on the Scorched Earth Ascension to drop. Once it did, that fateful day, I assailed the Alpha Manticore. Let's do this! Is everyone in? Is everyone in? I believe so. I have not watched any of the videos online of the Scorched Earth Ascension. If it actually happens, I have no idea if it's actually gonna happen. Is this gonna lag? It didn't. Okay, good. Oh, look how bright that is. Whoops. That really wasn't better. Oh my lord. Just go over there, guys. So sorry about this. How do I fix it? I don't know what I do. Let me get this real quick. I've already gotten it. I must have. Okay. Good job! Good job, kids! You're doing it! Hello! Can you calm down a bit? There we go. That's better. I'm so sorry about that. That was horrible, really. What is that? What is that? What is that? Could you land, for the love of God? I'm running away from you. Oh, he hit me again. Oh no. I might ditch my Edie. Ditching my Edie. Land, my guy. How long is this going to take? Piece of shit, man. I'm sorry for swearing, but my God. There he goes, there he goes. Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh. Oh. There he goes, there he goes. Oh my God. What a piece of shit, man. He keeps hitting my Rex, too. He's refusing to land. He's refusing to land. Get him, get him. Oh. Oh. Why am I injured? Wait, why am... And for this attempt, I got impatient and cheated in the artifacts and talents. Not really my proudest moment, that's for sure. Here's a list of all the cheats for anyone who wants proof, I guess. But yeah, other than that, I was going in again with my last Rexes and hoping the manticore would be a bit nicer to me this time. I'm genuinely nervous, though. I'm genuinely nervous. We'll see how well that works with my tech armor. So, yeah. The problem is that it wasn't landing, though. That was it, like... Okay. Thank you, and we're gonna move immediately over there. Please. Okay, I have not gotten hit yet, so that's good. Man, where is he? Oh no, I don't want to be here. Oh. That's all my... Oh no, that's the last army! Oh god! That's my last army that was here. Get him! 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 Right now! Right now! Go after him! Right now! I should be... I literally haven't played Ark for like 3 months. This is horrible. No! Don't attack me! Oh god, I bit him once! Okay, oh, he hit me! He literally hits me! That's not fair at all! He's almost at half health though. This is good, this is really good. This dog shit. Get him, get him, get him before he kills me. I should be roaring. Okay, there we go, there we go! Get him, get after him! Oh, okay, we're doing good, we're doing good. I hate that he purposely targets you. Or the player. Go, 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 go. Hopefully we can kill him here. Yes! Yes! That is what I'm talking about! That is what I'm talking about. Look! We killed him! Oh my god, I knew you guys could do it. I knew you guys could do it! Oh my god! Yay! Okay, what are these though? Do I need to be in a certain spot? Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, that's super pretty. Oh, I feel like, okay, I'm gonna get off. You shut up, please. Look at this! Oh, it's beautiful! take a selfie with this guy. There we go. Beautiful. How close are you guys to like knocking out? I can't really tell. None of them knocked out, so that's good. Ooh, gorgeous.
You continue to impress, Survivor. As you have grown in strength, I have been searching Helena's memories, finding what I have forgotten all these long years. Her friends, and the journeys they had. Was it all for nothing? No. It had to be done, so that one day you could exist. Together, you and I, we can put this right. You must travel onwards, Survivor, for your greatest trials are still to come.